Abortion rights. Trump's appointments of 3 conservative Supreme Court justices culminated in a pivotal 2022 ruling overturning Roe v. Wade, a landmark decision safeguarding abortion rights for almost 50 years. Biden has centered his re-election campaign on this court decision, highlighting Trump's commitment to further restrict abortion access if re-elected. Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right, Biden asserted during his March 7th State of the Union address, condemning Trump's role in its reversal. He emphasized the ensuing turmoil and pledged to enshrine Roe's protections into federal law if granted a second term, contingent on a Democratic-controlled Congress. If Americans send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you I will restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again, Biden affirmed, echoing his stance since his 2020 presidential campaign. Climate. In his 2020 campaign, Biden underscored the urgent threat of climate change, emphasizing ambitious promises to address it. Subsequently, his legislative victories, such as the bipartisan infrastructure law and Inflation Reduction Act, allocated significant funds toward clean energy initiatives and electric vehicle manufacturing, resulting in a 2% decrease in emissions last year. Despite these strides, left-leaning activists advocate for a climate emergency declaration to unlock federal resources for combating climate change, expressing dissatisfaction with Biden's efforts. Fulfilling remaining pledges, including halving emissions by 2030 and achieving a net-zero emissions economy by 2050, necessitates additional time and concerted action. Democracy and voting rights. Biden's 2024 campaign places democracy preservation at its core, echoing his belief that safeguarding a free and democratic society stands as the paramount concern of our era, akin to the critical battles of the past. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault here at home as they are today, Biden solemnly declared during his recent State of the Union address, cautioning against regressive forces. He starkly warns of potential democratic erosion should Trump secure a second term, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. Biden's plea to Congress for the passage of the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act underscores his commitment to protecting voting rights and inclusivity in American democracy. Initiatives previously stymied by Senate Republicans in 2021. Education. In his State of the Union address, Biden condemned Republican-led efforts to censor certain books in public schools, affirming, "Banning books, it's wrong," and advocating against historical erasure. Additionally, he advocated for expanded pre-kindergarten programs for 3- and 4-year-olds, and advocated for increased salaries for public school teachers. Furthermore, Biden reiterated his commitment to enhancing college affordability by broadening access to Pell Grants for working-class families, reiterating a promise made in 2020 to double their value. To remain the strongest economy in the world, Biden emphasized, we need the best education system in the world. Foreign policy. In his initial presidential actions, Biden sought to restore the United States' former global standing, which deteriorated during Trump's tenure. Trump's disparagement of alliances like NATO and withdrawal from vital international agreements, such as the Iran nuclear deal and Paris Climate Accords, prompted concerns worldwide. The rest of the world is wondering what in the hell is happening to us, Biden remarked, highlighting global apprehensions and relief at his non-Trump leadership. During his 2020 campaign, Biden pledged to mend the damage inflicted by Trump on America's international relations, committing to rebuilding strained alliances and honoring commitments to NATO and Ukraine. Meanwhile, Trump's statements advocating leniency towards Russia's actions against NATO members not meeting financial obligations are frequently cited by Biden, illustrating contrasting foreign policy approaches. Biden warns of further damage to America's international reputation if Trump secures re-election, emphasizing the urgency of restoring trust and stability on the global stage. Gun control. In 2022, Biden enacted the most sweeping gun reform legislation in almost 3 decades. This legislation was prompted by a tragic incident wherein a white supremacist perpetrated a mass shooting, claiming the lives of 10 individuals at a Buffalo, New York supermarket. The law allocated over $750 million to assist states in implementing crisis intervention programs. Additionally, it addressed certain loopholes in existing gun control laws and mandated more rigorous background checks for individuals aged 18 to 21 seeking to purchase firearms. During his State of the Union address, Biden reiterated his call for banning assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, alongside advocating for universal background checks. "I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines," Biden emphasized. "Pass universal background checks. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners." Despite making similar pledges during his 2020 campaign, Biden has faced obstacles in garnering support from Congress for these measures. Social Security and Medicare. Biden has focused on Trump's indications of potential cuts to programs like Social Security and Medicare. "I will protect and strengthen Social Security and make the wealthy pay their fair share," Biden affirmed. Trump's remarks in a recent CNBC interview suggested openness to entitlement cuts. In response, Biden asserted, "Not on my watch." During his State of the Union address, Biden reiterated his commitment to safeguarding Social Security. "Many of my Republican friends want to put Social Security on the chopping block," Biden stated. "If anyone here tries to cut Social Security or Medicare or raise the retirement age, I will stop them." Unity Agenda. Biden's broader policy goals, encompassed within his Unity Agenda, aim to foster bipartisan backing. During his State of the Union address, Biden outlined plans to enhance penalties for fentanyl trafficking and to enact legislation curbing the use of artificial intelligence. Additionally, he lauded the enactment of the PACT Act in 2022, which broadens veterans' access to healthcare services, particularly those exposed to toxins. Biden underscored the need for increased efforts to advance his Cancer Moonshot initiative, with the aim of reducing cancer mortality rates by half by 2047. We wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for helping us reach the milestone of over 600 subscribers. We are glad to hear any additional feedback for this video or for the future of the channel in the comment section down below. We are also open for any future video ideas you might have, so feel free to share with us. Have a good day and stay safe out there.